Turn now to a colleague of Nancy Pelosi, New York Congressman Joe Crowley. He is chair, of course, the House Democratic Caucus. Congressman, so much to get to you about. We, in the newsroom and from what I could see in other indications around the nation, people watching your colleague, Nancy Pelosi. What did she do? What does this achieve? Do you get any closer to this DACA vote?
Well, she uses what we know is called the magic minute. It's a minute that's given to the leader of the minority, and there's no limit on the time she's able to speak on the House floor. But never in my years here in the House of Representatives have I ever seen anyone use it so effectively and as long as Nancy Pelosi just did today. And I think she's doing that, because this is something she believes in. She believes that this is a civil rights issue of our time.
And Congressman, I just want our viewers to know, we're watching the live footage. She's high-fiving multiple members of Congress. Rosa DeLauro hugs.
With that, I yield back to Maxine Waters.
And she's yielding to Maxine Waters, someone who knows her way around parliamentary procedure herself.
She's literally just steps to me right here, right now. So I know that she's right
there. It seems like quite a scene. It seems dramatic. I ask you, how does this get you closer to the DACA vote? And do you think that the Senate Democrats have wavered a little bit because they seem to be extending Republican compromises in funding now without getting? I'm watching the same feeds you are. They're not. I didn't see a DACA vote yet, and they're now going to do another funding CR is what they want to do.
Well, I think what she's speaking to is the more than over 80% of Americans who have expressed that they want to see some type of solution for those folks who find themselves in DACA today, the state of limbo, that the President of the United States put them in. I think she was speaking to the moral question here, the issue of civil rights and their future. And so that's why I think it's significant about what Nancy Pelosi did today. In terms of looking at the House and the Senate, they're two different animals. The promises that were made in the Senate don't necessarily apply. In fact, they don't apply to the House of Representatives.
I get that. I got to jump in. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. Are they broken promises? Is your view that Mitch McConnell broke the promise to get the DACA vote, or is your view that your colleagues in the Senate are folding too quickly? I mean, they did hold the shortest shutdown in American history.
Well, my understanding is that Mitch McConnell has said that he will actually bring legislation to the floor. That commitment was not made in the House of Representatives. Paul Ryan never made that commitment. In fact, when they actually passed bipartisan comprehensive immigration reform in the Senate, the House never took it up. So what Nancy Pelosi is talking about tonight is the moral imperative, but there's also already an economic imperative here as well. And as further the president broadens out the hostage-taking beyond the DACA and the potential DACA to 1.8, there are 225,000 El Salvadorians here on temporary protective status. They've been thrown into the mix, as is Haitians who are on temporary protective status, and others. They've been here for 25 or 40 years. They have homes and businesses. Their children and grandchildren are American citizens, and now they're being told that they'll be sent home in 18 months. So the president didn't have to do that. He continues to make even more hostages to get his wall built and to get his agenda through. We simply don't want to see that happen.
Well, Congressman, I hear you on that. It's clearly an important issue, and the debate continues, and so I thank you for joining us. Also,
thanks,
you know I deal with facts, Congressman. I have to point out, I don't think you've ever given a 10-hour floor speech.
Well, you know what? Under the rules, I can't. If I were the leader, I'd be able to. But I admire what Nancy Pelosi did today. It showed a lot of stamina, and it showed a lot of heart. I think our conference is proud of her, and I think the American people are proud of her as well.
You're teaching me that it all comes back to the law and the rules, which I get.
It does. The rules mean everything here,
rules.
unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Thank you, Congressman. Busy.